On January the 11th, 1953, Channel 27 first brought television to Youngstown.
Yeah, a day that changed the valley. Some of you might remember it. If you do, we'd love to hear from you. Well, today's another important milestone for all of us here at WKBN. 70 years ago, the WKBN went on the air for the first time. And these are some of the logos that the station has used over those years.
Tonight, we're taking a look back at those early days of WKBN TV, the race to be the first on air, and the memorabilia that was left behind. Here's First News anchor Stan Boney.
Connie Jones is the project manager of the Stewart Media Archives at the Mahoning Valley Historical Society, which houses all of WKBN's early archives.
This is some scrapbooks that WKBN kept over the years.
One scrapbook was turned to January 12, 1953, the day after WKBN signed on the air for the first time at 4:15 p.m., where a Vindicator article reported that the first program was a newscast. There was also a large ad bought by WKBN and ads from electronics stores advertising for TVs, now that WKBN was on the air. The schedule for that day called for the Western Theater at 5:30, followed by Don Gardner's sports, weather, and news.
So they only broadcast from 5:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, at the beginning. That was it.
And now another phase of our pioneering comes into being.
The man behind WKBN TV was Warren Williamson Jr., who 27 years earlier had started WKBN Radio. And TV in Youngstown began with a continuation of the competition between WKBN and its rival WFMJ.
And so the question was, who gets into it first? Because we want to be competitive, we want to be able to say we're really the first in the industry.
The TV transmitter arrived at WKBN on January 1st, 1953, but a key piece that created the sound was missing. So two people drove to Maine to get it, so that WKBN would beat WFMJ.
Miserable weather. I mean, with snow and ice and all of that, and then driving back with the equipment.
2 months later, when WFMJ went on the air, WKBN took out a newspaper ad congratulating them.
It'd be pretty hard for them to breathe our air.
And this is the control panel.
Among the first shows were Space Rangers and Romper Room. When Ronald Reagan, the actor, came through Youngstown, he posed for a picture.
Welcome to Club 27.
Everything in the early days was live, even the commercials.
There's nothing to anchor the padding or keep it from bunching up.
I started working there when I was, I think, about 13 years old.
Warren Williamson's son, J.D., had his first job in the art department.
All of the video stuff was done by an artist or a photographer.
A member of the WKBN news staff is back from covering a story.
You know, that was the real money maker for the station, but also the one we took the most pride in was, you know, a strong news organization was number one.
The one behind me is a really important one. Back in the day, it's called a film chain.
At the Stewart Media Archives, there's an original WKBN film news camera and the machine where the film was edited, along with an assortment of mic flags. The early days of WKBN TV have been relegated to a museum. But even back then, Warren Williamson knew what was coming.
And I look over the hill and I see a great improvement for the future of communication.
Stan Boney, WKBN 27 First News.